What's up, everybody? So it's been a while since we made a video. Been kind of busy building a house. Went on a trip or two, and then also soccer and all things. So it's been a while, but we're trying to get back in the routine of it. It's easier for some than it is for me, for sure, to kind of get back in the routine of filming again.
Yeah.
So where are we, Katelyn?
We are in Virginia.
We're at the Homestead Conference. So this was our first time attending, and this was day one of the conference.
Yes, we've been looking forward to it. Tried to come last year, and someone forgot to buy tickets before they sold out. But this year, I made a point of making sure we had tickets, and so we're here. We weren't really sure what to expect coming into it. We brought the two older kids with us. We left our youngest with my parents, and then she's going to go with your parents part of the time. She's 2, so I know that she would not have enjoyed this trip because after we finish here, we're going to Washington, D.C. for a few days, which is lots of walking. So yeah, we weren't really sure what to expect coming here or how to prepare or anything like that, but I would say today exceeded my expectations. What about you?
Yeah, it was really good. We didn't get our wristbands in the mail, and so I was a little concerned about that. Yeah. So I wasn't sure how long the line would be to get that taken care of. But hey, they had a system set up, and we got in and out, in the line and out the line really, really quickly. So it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, just a few minutes. It was easy. We got there, let's see, about 7:30. It started at 8. We were parked really close by. We did not have to walk a long way.
Yeah.
And like you said, we got through the line quickly. So we made it in there before the event started. So that was nice. We weren't rushed.
Yeah, it was great. So what we did is we drove up, we're from Alabama. So we drove up halfway, got a hotel, and drove up the rest of the way. And we're in an Airbnb right on the river up here in Front Royal, Virginia. Mm-hmm. I kept trying to say Fort, but it's Front Royal, Virginia.
Yeah.
And so, Katelyn, why don't you share with everyone who we listened to today, what lectures we went to, and kind of what your thoughts were on your first ever.
Yeah. So the way that it works out is I believe there was 5 different sessions today, and with each session you have usually 4 speakers happening in different places. So you have to either divide and conquer. We stuck together and just picked which ones we wanted to go to. But the first session we saw was Daryl Patton, and he is amazing, so full of knowledge. Anything herbal medicine related, natural medicine, he's crazy knowledgeable. So a lot of it went over our heads because we know very little about the subject. We want to learn more, but it was cool to get to hear him for the first time. I've heard of him. Some of our friends have been to some of his classes, but he's actually from Alabama as well, about an hour north of where we live. So we hope to connect with him again in the future for maybe some workshops or classes. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
The second speaker we heard from was Matt Boudreaux, and he spoke about homeschooling. I better say home education, because he's real big on we're not doing school at home, we're home educating, and that was great. He's very off the cuff, says whatever comes to mind. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was very engaging. For sure. Yeah.
So that was great. It was very encouraging because it let me know, it was reaffirming that what we were doing with homeschooling is the right choice.
And challenging some too.
Yeah, he had a lot of great things that he brought up, things that we need to discuss further and maybe make some changes within our home as well. And then while we were in those first 2 classes, the kids, they have something called Kidstetter classes. So basically it's just kids classes. We did not sign the kids up for all of them. I picked 2 classes that I thought they would enjoy the most, and it just so happened those were the first 2 classes of the day. So while we were in those 2 sessions, they were in the kids classes. They learned about being entrepreneurs, and that was great, especially for Emma Kate, our middle child. She's very business minded, like wants to make
She
the
wants to
money.
make that money.
She has a bracelet business, so that was right up her alley. And then the second class they were in was story time with Joel Salatin. And Grayson, he's our 11-year-old. He said that he was Joel was a very great what do you call it? Like actor is what he said.
Yeah.
So apparently the stories were very animated. So they had a great time with that. We took a break after that for lunch. We brought our lunch with us because we were not sure we knew there would be food trucks, but we weren't sure what the setup would be. We didn't know if there'd be long lines or things like that. So we chose to save some money. We brought sandwiches in the cooler on the truck. So we ran out to the truck and ate lunch. That worked out great.
Yeah. I would definitely suggest bringing your food. Just for us, I mean, it saves you money. It's a pretty expensive trip to travel, get an Airbnb, pay for gas. And so any little bit helps. And so being able to just walk out to your truck, eat. If you have a cooler, we literally brought sandwiches and chips and had Gatorade and water in the cooler. And so that was a big win, I think. And then after lunch, we went and sat in one more session, and then we were able to go on like a little field trip is the wrong word, but kind of like a field trip.
Yeah. So when we got back into the conference after lunch, we went to Ann Esteta Scott, I believe I'm saying her name right, a farm girl in the making on Instagram. We went to her session about how to have a profitable homestead. And so she shared a lot of very detailed information, honestly, about what she does on her farm and how she's making money, what she's charging for various things. And so that was great. It kind of gave us some ideas, some things that we want to do, and maybe some digital products and things we want to offer to our online community. And then after that, we did a little bit of touring around the...
Yeah, when we went and bought Phyllis, the kids were not able to go with us to get the cow from the roads. And so, especially Emma Kate, she wanted to go and meet them. And she bought some earrings from Lily and all that kind of stuff. So they were super excited to be able to get to go and meet them. And then we just kind of did some shopping around at some of the vendors, looking around. And then we were able to go on a, what was it called?
A plant walk.
A plant walk.
Yes.
What was that like?
So we went on a plant walk with Daryl Patton, the speaker from the first session, and that was cool. I mean, it was free. He was just doing that out of the goodness of his heart. He had like 4 different plant walks today that he went on, and so he walked us around there at the conference and just showed us like some common plants that you would find, just maybe in your own backyard, and was telling us ways that they could be used. And like I said, a lot of what he said just kind of like goes over our head. We're like, what's a tincture? All the things. And so we talked to him afterwards, and we're like, we need a beginner's class, a herbs for dummies class.
It was fantastic. He had our kids eating. We couldn't get them to eat vegetables. They were eating some of the plants just right off the ground.
Crazy. Like, he needs to come talk them into eating lettuce and green beans and things.
So that was great. And then by that point, the kids were exhausted.
Yeah, they were done.
And so now we're back here hanging out. And I wanted to get on here. One of the things I wanted to ask Katelyn to share with you guys was, with this being your first time experiencing the Homesteaders Conference, what would be some tips, or what would be your biggest takeaways that you would share with someone that maybe would want to come next year for the very first time, that you're like, I wish I'd have known that, or hey, someone told me this and I'm glad they did?
Yeah, I would say probably bringing cash. I think that was great. If you want to buy things there at the conference or snacks or anything like that, they prefer cash. The cell service there is kind of like hit or miss. Like, I couldn't get any text really to go through or phone calls while we were there, which is fine, no big deal. And then I would also say to wear like comfortable shoes, or boots would be good. I did not pack boots. The shoes I brought were fine for today, but it's calling for rain tomorrow, and so it's probably gonna be a little messy.
I was the only one that brought boots. After I told everybody, hey, it's supposed to rain on Tuesday.
Jacket. I just
Bring boots. No one brought boots.
didn't think through shoe choices. So, you know, you're out like it's at a fairground. So you're out just in a field area, you know, like, so bringing boots or something like that would be great. I think the tip about bringing your own food, bringing your own snacks, a water bottle. The kids brought water bottles, but we did not bring water bottles. So we actually went to Walmart yesterday and bought water bottles, he and I did, so that we could have that easily to carry. So we brought backpacks. Matt brought a backpack. You didn't carry it in today. I
didn't carry a backpack, and I didn't carry my...
You didn't bring your water bottle.
Water bottle. It wasn't that hot. And so I felt like I had plenty of drink before I went in this morning, and I knew I was coming back out a couple hours later, so I didn't want to carry it around.
I carried mine.
Because I knew we'd end up having to carry the kids' stuff around. I didn't.
Yeah, it was fine. My backpack was full of all sorts of treasures by the end of the day. And I would, dress in layers.
Yes.
Because this morning when we got there, it was really actually pretty cold.
Yeah.
And we ended up buying Emma Kate a sweatshirt. It was for me, but she wore it this morning, so this should be warm enough. By the end of the day, it was hot. Yeah. So I would dress in layers. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so. I think those were the big.
So tomorrow we're excited, to see some more speakers. I think tomorrow we're going to hear from like Joel Salatin and Justin Rhodes possibly. A few other like Jill Reagan. I think we're going to try to get hers. I actually bought her sourdough starter today, a dehydrated sourdough starter. Gonna try not to kill it this
She gave her some tips.
She did, okay, because I keep killing these sourdough starters.
I hope that it works.
She gave me some great tips, and she told me that I basically couldn't kill her sourdough starter, so we'll see. She said to email her if it started, thought it was dead. So she would help me remember.
Man, hey, she's already killed like 10.
It's not been that many, but close.
Hey, but I keep encouraging her. I keep buying her stuff to...
I have all the tools, so I need to figure this out.
I'm a big fan of sourdough.
It's great. But anyways, we're looking forward to tomorrow. We'll come back and give like a quick recap. I'll try to get some more footage actually there at the conference tomorrow so that you guys can see. It is calling for rain, so that might be hit or miss. But we're excited. Looking forward to it.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye. Hey guys, okay, so we're home from the Homesteaders Conference. We've been back for several days and been meaning to do this video, but life just doesn't slow down, and we've been running full force since we got home. I actually have a little bit of time today, so I thought, you know what, Matt's not with me, but I better go ahead and get this video out to you guys. So after we went to the Homestead Conference, we headed into DC for a couple of days, and then we drove home. It was about a 12-hour drive for us from DC to Alabama, where we are. We really enjoyed the Homestead Conference so much. Day 2 was great. We heard from some amazing speakers. The first person we heard from was the Dohertys. I have heard them speak before at the Women's Homestead Society Conference back in Tennessee a few months ago. They're so knowledgeable. They know so much about how to take care of your own homestead without spending a ton of money, and just like how you can grow plants to feed your animals and all that. So it was great. And then we heard from Jill Reagan, and this was my first time hearing her speak. Enjoyed it so much. She spoke about gardening and some different techniques with that. And so that's something I'm not as confident with. And so I'm excited to try some things out this spring. Maybe we can even get a high tunnel. That would be amazing. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. But after that, we heard from Justin Rhodes, and he was speaking about like pains on the homestead, and that could be kind of like a heavy topic, but of course, they made it funny and it was good. It was very enjoyable. But I think our favorite thing about day 2 was just getting to interact with some people that we have met through YouTube and through Instagram, and also some ladies that I met at that Women's Homestead Society Conference a few months ago. Got to see them again and chat and just kind of catch up, and so that was great. And then our kids, they did not do any of the kids setter classes on day 2. They actually spent most of the day playing and just making friends. I think they played soccer at one point. Like, they had so much fun. They actually said, next year, do not sign us up for the kids setter classes. We just want to have freedom to play and make friends. And so that was great. I was kind of afraid that they would be bored, but at their ages, they're 11 and 7. It was
it was fine. Now, had we brought our 2-year-old, that would have been more difficult, but we knew going from there to DC, we were going to be doing a lot of walking in museums and stuff. We knew that it would not be an enjoyable trip for her, and so thankfully we had family that took great care of her and loved on her, and she got lots of attention while we were gone. So overall, I would say it was an amazing experience. We hope to go again next year, and we would love to connect with you guys, if you're going to be there. I think that tickets, they go on sale, I believe, every January. So they typically sell out pretty quickly. So make sure that you're aware, like following them on social media so that you get those updates and you can grab your ticket as soon as they become available. We hope to be back to sharing at least one video a week, going to try my best to get out 2. I know that we had like a short amount of time, several weeks actually, where we were not posting. We didn't do any videos. We just really had a busy season with soccer and with the house and everything. And so we just needed a little bit of time, but now we're excited to get back into it. And we actually have some exciting news coming up, an announcement that we need to make. And so I think that video will be coming out in a day or so. So make sure that you subscribe and you're following along so that you can see what's up next. We love you guys. Thank you for being here.